Hello everyone. Today's our topic is protein synthesis in vitro. As we know, protein synthesis is also called as a translation procedure. So before starting, I will tell you a little bit description about the transcription and the translation. DNA to DNA formation is called as DNA duplication and replication, while the conversion from DNA to RNA is called as transcription procedure. Now the conversion from messenger RNA to the protein is called as translation procedure. As we can see in this particular slide, we can see this one is double helix model of DNA. Now the conversion from DNA to single stranded messenger RNA is called as transcription procedure. This indicates that this one is process is held with the help of RNA polymerase enzyme only. Now the conversion from messenger RNA to this particularly protein is called as translation procedure. So this was a little bit about the knowledge about our translation processes. So as we know very well, the cells cannot exist without these one proteins only, because this protein provide a ton of essential function. They provide a transportation and the structure and help also the chemical reaction happen and regulate all the cells activity. So if these proteins are so important for our body, then why would we want to stop making them? So in our cells, they might not be ideal, but in other cells, they could be very helpful. So be patient. I will tell you each thing about why the protein synthesis should be stopped. So I will tell you, but before starting, if you are new on my channel, so please subscribe it and press the bell icon to get the latest update. So now, before starting, I'm just going to tell you about a little bit knowledge about this particularly translation procedure. In the translation, I had told you that this one translation of protein synthesis always occurs in the ribosomal unit. As we know, in the prokaryotes, there is a 70s ribosomal unit, which 70s is divided into 30s and 50s. While this one 30s ribosomal unit is our small subunit, and larger subunit is called as a 50s ribosomal unit. This one is a tRNA. tRNA means, as the name indicates, T means transfer, which is used to transfer the amino acid. And this one is our messenger RNA. Messenger RNA having a codon which is found in a triplet form. So when this tRNA just matches tRNA having a codon in the bottom side, that codon are called as anticodon. These anticodon will match with when this one codon of messenger RNA, then our translation will be started. So now, before starting, firstly, I'm just telling you one example. Now, you all are sitting in your favorite room like this. Just imagine. Now, the room wall is made up of various type of bricks, and all the bricks are stick together with this one cement only, right? So, because of this one cement, our this particularly wall is so strong, so stable. It means your room is so stable. You are more confident right now. But if suppose that I just replace this particularly cement with the plastic, what will be happen? The your wall of your room, it will be like this, right? And your face will be look like this. That what happened to my wall? Now how will I stay in this particularly room? This thing is because of a particularly cement replacement, right? So based upon this thing only, I'm just going to tell you that all this one protein synthesis is held in bacteria only. We are studying here protein synthesis inhibitor. Protein synthesis, as the name indicates, protein synthesis inhibitor means those agents which just inhibit the synthesis of protein. And these protein synthesis inhibition, where it is occurring in human body? No, it is occurring in the bacteria cell only. As I had told you the example of wall, similarly, the bacteria having a cell wall, that cell wall is made up of a 50% protein only. If we just stop making the protein, the bacteria, what will be happen? The particularly bacteria, it will be unconfident. It will be just little bit loose. It will not survive for a longer. What will be happen? Either it will damage, or either it will be killed, or it will be just destroy. So this particularly protein synthesis inhibition is done by various type of antibiotics only. These antibiotics are those medicine that we can use to fight a bacterial infection and often derived from the microbes. You can see these are the example: tetracycline, glycycline, aminoglycoside, macrolide, others. And I will tell you the trick also to learn this one protein synthesis inhibitor, but in the last slide. Now here I'm just going to tell you tetracycline. Only you have to see in the suffix they have a in this particular category they have a suffix in the last one. That one is cycline only. In the aminoglycoside having mycin, gentamicin, streptomycin, I think most of you have been used. Macrolide in the last they having a suffix. That one is mycin, erythromycin, azithromycin, like this. These all are their brand name. Now comes the point. Firstly, as I told you, this one is 30S ribosomal unit, this one is 50S ribosomal unit. Messenger RNA, it will come to this particularly 30S ribosomal unit, while 50S ribosomal unit, it will be just make a complex on this particularly 30S ribosomal unit, and this tRNA will come to this site to bring a various type of amino acid. Now, as I told you, this one ribosome having a three site. That one is A site, P site, and E site. A means acceptor, P means peptide formation, E means exit site. Right. So in the A site, what would be happen? New tRNA will become here, and it will bring a new amino acid. Now, with the P side, what will be happen? It will shift to the P side where the protein formation will be occur, and then now this tRNA, it will be shift to this one E side from where it will be just exit. Now what will be happen? When if we just block A or P or A or P side, or if we block this particularly protein synthesis formation, what will be happen? Bacteria will not survive in our body, and so what will be happen? We will be just free. So now just see, this one is the general mechanism of protein synthesis inhibitor. So in this particular thing, I'm just going to tell you a small tricks. Then we will explain it in later slide. Now just see, this one, as I told you, this one is ribosome, 30S, 50S, tRNA, etc. Now how will you learn? There's a various type of antibiotic which work on the various type of site. Either they work on the 30S or they work on the 50S ribosomal unit. So here, first one is chloramphenicol. But this one was my trick to learn this thing. If you want, then you can use any other trick. First one, chloramphenicol. As the name indicates, there is one P, right? P indicates 50. So chloramphenicol, it will bind to the 50S ribosomal unit, right? Now the erythromycin. Erythromycin, in all our class, there is a one CR is there. That one is class representative, right? But here we have to just replace CR with CE. CE, it means this one, both CE, chloramphenicol and erythromycin, they both bind to the 50S ribosomal unit, and we know very well that both will inhibit the protein synthesis. The next one, there are the two drugs, that one is tetracycline and streptomycin. Tetracycline, now from the T, I just learned 30. Okay, from the T, I have learned 30. So tetracycline and streptomycin, they will both inhibit this one. They will attach to this one 30S ribosomal unit to inhibit the protein synthesis. So so only chloramphenicol, erythromycin will bind to 50. Tetracycline and streptomycin, it will bind to the 30S ribosomal unit. Now let's look our first category. That one is our tetracycline ring. As the name indicates, tetracycline means there is a four ring is there, and which are in a cyclic compound. Now what is happening here? This one tetracycline, it will bind to 30S ribosomal unit. This yellow ball is indicate now this one is a tetracycline drug. It will bind to a 30S ribosomal unit like this at the A site and prevent the attachment of tRNA carrying the amino acid. Then what will be happen? This means the next bead on the polypeptide string, it cannot be brought into the ribosomal unit. Okay. Now the next thing, next come to the chloramphenicol. This one chloramphenicol drug, it will bind to the 50S ribosomal unit of ribosome, and it will also prevent the formation of peptide bond formation. P peptide and 50. It will bind to the 50S ribosomal unit and prevent the formation of peptide bond. When chloramphenicol is around, it means the amino acid beads cannot be linked together into the peptide string. This one is the structure of particularly chloramphenicol. The structure is very easy. only there is a nitro compound. This one is CHOH, CH, CH2OH, CHNH, COCH, Cl2. That one is chlorophenicol. As the name indicates, chlorome, there is a chlorine molecule, and there is a amine molecules. The next one, phenicol, means phenyl group is there, and all means alcohol group is there. Next one is the next slide. That one is our streptomycin. This streptomycin is comes under the category of our aminoglycoside antibiotic. Okay, this one is a well-known member of this particularly family. That one is aminoglycoside. It will bind to 30S ribosomal unit, and cause the ribosome to misread the genetic code. When it will misread the genetic code, then so obviously it means the peptide synthesis, it will not be occur. The streptomycin structure is very easy. Only the 6-member, 5-member, and 6-member. Next one, come to the next one. That macrolide antibiotics such as erythromycin is thought to be just inhibit this one protein synthesis by belonging with the 50S ribosomal unit. As you can see, it is binding to the 50S ribosomal unit. Now what will be happen? It will block the tunnel, so where polypeptide string is supposed to be just exit, and it will stop our translation procedure. Just simple. Now in this slide we can just summarize all these drugs, which type of drugs will bind to which site. As you can see, amino and tetracycline, they both will bind to the 30S. The rest are binding with the 50S ribosome unit. These are their functions, so easily you can determine. Now the trick which I had told in the first slide, that this one is the trick, that protein synthesis inhibitor. How can we learn this thing? We have to learn like this: almost C. Okay, almost C. A indicates the aminoglycoside, L means lincosamide, M means macrolide, oxadolidinone, and tetracycline. And C means not the least, C means our chloramphenicol, which will bind to the 50S ribosomal unit. So these are the category, and these are their examples. Which drug will bind to the which action? So hopefully you like my video. If you like this, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.